Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy xLeonytis here with a little Domination gameplay on Overwatch. Sorry, that's supposed to be for dramatic effect and it didn't work out too well. Anyways guys, on this video I will be talking about the gameplay a little. I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to do better or well in Domination and some tricks to getting a better score and winning the games. So before I get into it, I just wanted to say thank you guys for checking out my new recent videos. I did get the Akimbo Scorpion, video up recently for you guys. I got that up yesterday. I got the live S&D video up with my buddy Muscat. He was in a previous S&D video, and I thought that was a pretty good video, and get drop shot for no reason because YOLO. Alright guys, let's get right into these tips and tricks, The first tip I have for you guys to doing well in the match mode thingamabobber Domination is to know your surroundings. When you're playing Domination, it is very key to know where you are and where your teammates are at all time. Knowing your surroundings includes, like I just stated, teammate position. You got that minimap up in the corner, which I'll talk about in a second for a reason, and use that minimap to your advantage. The places where your teammates are is not where you want to be. You want to be away from your teammates, and you want to make sure that if you, such as right now, if I'm going for that flag capture, I know I got teammates around me, and I know they're going to be able to defend me. I got one guy in the corner, I got one guy coming up the stairs, so I know I'm safe to get that capture. I just got to watch these two stairways over here, and I do get the capture to get my Predator, and then I will get a double kill with the Predator to get my attack helicopter, but I do die. So yes, know where your teammates are, know their positions, and yeah, hotspots. You got to know the hotspots on the map, know where to go and know where not to go. And my big thing is stay out of the middle of the maps. If you guys don't want to die a lot, don't rush into the middle of a map. Stay to the outsides of the maps or to higher points of vantage where you can see you have larger lines of sight at high points in the map, so try to stick to those as often as possible. The open areas, the maps you really want to stay away from unless you have an assault rifle and you have cover like I'm using right here. I was using my ACR. I did run out of bullets, so I picked up the CM9. This is a crazy little gunfight here. I get a couple hit markers on the guy. I do not get the kill. I get an assist. This little bastard stole my kill. But you guys know the open areas of the maps. Those are where you do not want to be unless you have cover and you are using a longer range gun such as an LMG, assault rifle, and or sniper rifle. Callouts are also a huge part of knowing your surroundings. If you hear a teammate making a callout, make sure to listen and react to that callout. There's the double Predator kill, as I mentioned. Make sure to react to that callout appropriately. If they say they need help on C, need help on A, need help on B, you try to get there and help them with a stun, with a frag, with a shot, whatever you can do. Add some suppression. If they're capping a flag, help them to defend that flag. Do what you got to do. I mentioned this a minute ago, and I wanted to bring it up again. Use your minimap. It gives your teammates position, which I talked about, and it gives the engaging enemy position. As you can see, the red dots up in that top middle corner right there. I'm waiting for them to come up. I know there's going to be a guy coming up the stairs. I did not get the kill. I ran out of ammo, but I did know because I was paying attention to my minimap. My eyes are constantly glued to that minimap. You can use your peripheral vision when looking at the UAV minimap to maneuver around the map in a successful way without having to stare right at the HUD. Or your whole display there, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, use your minimap. Like I said, engaging enemies will appear in that red dot unless they're using a suppressor up on the minimap, and you can easily take out targets if you're using your cover to your advantage. Play with a party or friends or people that you play with very often. Playing with people whose playstyles are similar to yours or that you're very familiar with will help you and give you an advantage towards winning the game. If you know how somebody plays pretty well, you can counter play them, or you can play along beside them in that similar play style, and you guys can get the objective captured and you can get those kills more easily. If you've got a guy that rushes hardcore in the middle of the map, maybe you're going to want to run an assault rifle and lag behind him a little bit and cover his tail a little. If you've got a guy that's covering your tail, maybe you want to rush a little bit, but know your teammates' playstyles and play with people you are familiar with. And another thing about familiarity, use a class loadout that you're comfortable with or that you are familiar with. Knowing your weapon makes all the difference in gunfights. If you are not, maybe you're not as skilled with the ACR as you are with the SCAR L, I would say run that SCAR L as often as possible on these maps and use the gun to your advantage that you are best with. You don't want to use a weapon that you're not familiar with or you're not good with just because to try something new. If you do want to win the game, you want to use something you are familiar with. I'm about halfway through the video, and I do have a bunch more tips for you guys. Here's another one. Use communication. If you know your callouts, definitely use them on any map. It will help your teammates to know enemy position, your position, and what's going on in the gameplay. Call out when you're securing or losing a flag. Sometimes people have their game sound off on their headsets, and they don't hear the guy enemy capturing B or whatever the hell he says. And You guys want to call that out for them to make sure that someone can get to that B flag and defend it. Running pairs, sometimes it's not a good idea, but the way you run in pairs successfully is, like I said, you have one guy running up a little farther ahead than the other guy, and you cover his tail and you cover his sides. You watch him. You be his eyes, he is your gun. Running pairs, guys, two moving targets spread out a little are way harder to kill than one running alone in the middle of a map. It will help you get these kills and be able to move towards the flag quicker to get the kill and capture that flag back if the enemy already took it. Keep the gunfights to your advantage. Use cover to your advantage, especially if you're rushing. If you're gonna rush around, definitely use your cover as much as possible. You don't want to be too much of an aggressive rusher, otherwise you will sacrifice a lot of deaths, which is not a good idea in Domination if you do want to get the kills and you want to win the game. Use your prone and crouch a lot. As you can see, I drop shot all the time. Even when somebody's not paying attention, I tend to go prone or I crouch, just because it makes you that much more accurate and it makes you a smaller target. And just in case the guy happens to hear you and he whips around and tries to shoot you, it makes you a smaller target to shoot at and gives him less of the chance of getting the kill. Play smart, guys. Don't run in the middle of maps. I mentioned this earlier. Stick to the outsides of the maps. It'll give you longer lines of sight and better lines of sight. That was a nice double kill there. In that situation, the running in the pairs did not work in those guys' favor, but that's because I'm a fucking beast. Yeah, guys, like I said, don't run in the middle of maps, and don't be too aggressive with your rush. Rush with cover. I already mentioned all this. When you rush with cover, it is much easier to run around and get kills, and you're a smaller target. Like I mentioned before, it was the same thing with the crouching and approaching to try to take you out. Play the objective, guys. In Domination, that is the only way you're going to win the game. You can kill him as much as you want. I'm using my UAV here, pick him up, knew where he was going to be. You play the objective. That's the only way to win the Domination game. Sure, you can kill her a little bit, but once you get those kills, you want to hop on that flag as quickly as possible. Call out to your teammates, hey, I'm capturing C, help me get the flag. You cannot win Domination without capturing and defending flags. Honestly, I think defending a flag that you've already captured is way more important than capturing the next flag, because you guys will just be changing hands and flag captures all game, and that's not an easy way to win the game. You want to make sure to get as many defends in there as possible. One last thing, guys, before I end the video, take one for the team. If you're defending that flag and you got a guy coming at you, you're capturing the flag, try and take a little cover, get that flag capture, and then just take one for the team. You know, sometimes a death and a flag capture is better than a kill and no capture at all towards the end of the game and the final outcome of that game. If you're defending the flag and you take a guy out, you got that defend, and there's another guy that takes you out, so fucking what? You got the defend, you saved the flag, you're the man of the day. Alright, guys, there's about a minute left in the video, and I want to wrap this up. I did alright with that ACR, but I switched to my MP7 because, like I mentioned, it is a gun I'm very comfortable with. As you can see, I can use it a lot. I've got the autumn camo on it. I've almost got a gold now, and I do use it quite often, so I'm very comfortable with this class loadout. So I did switch to this class loadout to help me win the game. We do win the game, guys, I believe. I don't freaking remember. But yeah, this has been xLeonytis, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out our other sexually pleasing Call of Duty content and some of our speed arts done by my good buddy Bailey, who is also the other manager, I'll call him, of the channel. One last thing, if you guys are interested in playing with me, I'm going to be playing a lot recently. School's starting up again, and I want to get this play sessions in. Add me on my PSN. It's Unclutchable is the one you guys can play with me on. Like I said, we did win. They didn't even get to 100. I just realized that. Alright, guys, this has been xLeonytis. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe. I already said that. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Peace the fuck out.